You probably remember the cascading waves of her impossibly long hair. The way the spotlight seemed to catch every glossy strand as she glided across the stage singing, "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue." Crystal Gayle, younger sister of country legend Loretta Lynn, debuted in the mid-70s with a voice as pure as Tennessee water and a look that became her trademark. But fast forward to today, and the woman who once personified soft country glamour has undergone a transformation so striking it's left fans and casual viewers doing double takes. What changed? How did the girl who sold millions of records and won every major award in Nashville become someone almost unrecognizable? In this first section, we'll rewind to the beginning of her rise, tease the turning points that led to her startling new image, and set the stage for a deep dive into the life-altering choices Crystal made along the way. Long before glittering gowns and sold-out arenas, Brenda Gayle Webb was a shy teenager growing up in tiny Paintsville, Kentucky. Born in 1951, she and her 7 siblings sang around the family piano, harmonizing on gospel hymns and Appalachian folk tunes. But it wasn't church alone that shaped her. Loretta Lynn's early hit singles opened a door into the music business that Brenda would eventually walk through. At age 16, she moved to Nashville to live with Loretta and pitch songs in rowdy songwriter circles, places where friendly banter mixed with stiff competition. Insiders say she'd slip into dimly lit bars, listening to seasoned writers banter rhymes and chord progressions, absorbing every lyric like a sponge. The experience both terrified and thrilled her. She was building confidence while forging her own artistic identity, separate from her sister's shadow. By 1973, she finally secured a record deal under her stage name, Crystal Gayle. Her debut single made modest waves, but it was "Wrong Road Again" that signaled a country star in the making. Then came 1977's "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue," a crossover smash that topped both country and pop charts. Suddenly, Crystal wasn't just Loretta's sister. She was the gleaming new face of modern country. Critics praised her effortlessly smooth delivery, a stark contrast to Loretta's raw, Appalachian twang. That sonic polish was mirrored visually. Floor-length hair that cascaded like a waterfall, shimmering dresses designed to catch camera flashes, and an uncanny poise that harkened back to classic Hollywood starlets. Throughout the late 70s and early 80s, Crystal's career weathered every trend shift: disco, outlaw country, urban cowboy, while remaining authentically Crystal. Album after album went gold, RIA certified, ensuring her place in the Country Music Hall of Fame long before many peers. Yet behind the glamour, sources whisper of mounting pressures, grueling tour schedules that spanned continents, relentless photo shoots, and the expectation to maintain an image seemingly carved from marble. She was taught to never show a wrinkle or a worry, recalls one former costume designer. Every appearance had to look effortless, but the work was anything but. By her mid-30s, some insiders say Crystal grew weary of the relentless upkeep, the constant spotlight on her hair and figure rather than her undeniable vocal prowess. Then, around the turn of the millennium, the first whispers began. Had she dyed her hair a lighter shade, curtsying to a more youthful style? Had she considered cosmetic tweaks? Fans noted subtler cheekbones and a jawline that appeared sharper in candid airport photos. She'd always been private about personal matters, but curiosity mounted. Was this a simple evolution or the result of behind-the-scenes interventions? Crystal fielded these rumors with grace, offering only polite smiles and gentle deflections. "I believe in caring for myself," she told one interviewer. "But truthfully, my voice has always been my true signature." Yet while her vocal pipes remained unmistakable, her physical presence began to shift in ways that set social media abuzz. In parallel, Crystal confronted personal tragedies that some say contributed to her transformation. The sudden loss of a close friend in the late 90s, a challenging divorce in the 2000s, and heart-wrenching family health scares. Each event carved lines onto her spirit, even if not immediately visible on her face. Fans who met her at charity events noted a gentler, more reflective aura. The quick wit still there, but tempered by an unexpected solemnity that contrasted her earlier onstage confidence. Could grief and life's curveballs have triggered a desire for renewal, inspiring her to rewrite her appearance in parallel with a renewed sense of self? By 2010, those questions reached a fever pitch. An appearance on a daytime talk show introduced a visibly slimmer Crystal, her hair cut just below the shoulders and highlighted in sun-kissed tones. Makeup artists noted a softer contouring technique that accentuated cheekbones in a way more common among pop icons than country singers. While critics debated whether these changes smacked of Hollywood artifice, friends pointed to a practical explanation. She'd shifted toward a wellness routine centered on balanced meals, yoga, and non-invasive skin treatments. Not a single surgery, they insisted, just laser facials, light chemical peels, and an emphasis on hydration, elements that combined to refresh her look without the downtime of more invasive procedures. The result? A Crystal who still carried the warmth of the Kentucky hills in her eyes, but with a modern polish that bridged generations of music lovers at the same time. Crystal's performances began to reflect this new chapter. Instead of the grand arenas footing the bill for $1,000 gown rentals, she opted for intimate theaters and acoustic sets, inviting fans to experience the raw emotion of her catalog in stripped-down form. Concertgoers praised the contrast. The same powerhouse voice, now delivered from stage level rather than a riser, accompanied by a simple piano or steel guitar. That pivot earned her accolades for bravery. She was choosing authenticity over spectacle, depth over dazzle. And in those dimly lit venues, her revitalized look felt less like a bid for attention and more like a conscious reinvention that honored both her past and her evolving tastes. Yet the biggest gasp came when paparazzi caught her stepping off a private jet en route to her annual charity retreat last summer. Gone was the signature long hair. In its place, a sleek bob in a rich chestnut hue, paired with minimalist makeup and chic athleisure. The comparison photos trended instantly. Fans old and new debated whether this was a radical rebirth or a natural progression of someone comfortable in her own skin after decades in the public eye. Crystal herself let the speculation simmer for weeks before issuing a simple statement. Change is part of life. I'm grateful for every stage. That cryptic remark only fueled more curiosity. Would she lean fully into this contemporary image, or revert to the cascading locks and sequins that once defined her legend? As we unpack Crystal Gayle's journey from bedroom harmony sessions on her grandparents' farm to that jaw-dropping modern arrival, one thing is clear. Her story is about more than hair lengths or face angles. It's a saga of a woman carving her own identity amid family fame, of choosing renewal over stagnation, and of finding the courage to evolve when the world expects you to stand still. In the next section, we'll dive into the specifics of her beauty and wellness regimen, what treatments she swears by, how she redesigned her style team, and which unexpected mentors guided her reinvention. Plus, we'll hear from insiders about the pivotal moment she realized it was time to press the reset button on her image. Trust us, you won't want to miss the full reveal of how Crystal Gayle became truly unrecognizable, and why she considers it her greatest transformation yet. The first time fans truly noticed the shift was at a charity gala in Nashville last spring, when Crystal Gayle glided into frame wearing a sleek emerald green pantsuit and a cascade of golden waves that stopped just below her collarbone. Paparazzi lenses captured her with mouths agape. No more floor-sweeping tresses, no sequin gowns, just a modern silhouette paired with an ageless elegance that felt entirely new. The images flooded social feeds under hashtag #CrystalReborn, prompting thousands of comments in minutes. Who is this goddess? Is that really her? Gasp, read the top replies. In that electric instant, Crystal's transformation transitioned from rumor to reality, and everyone wanted in on the secret. Behind that new hairstyle lies months of collaboration with celebrity colorist Ariel Knox, who swapped Crystal's traditional highlights for a multi-dimensional, honey blonde balayage designed to catch light with subtle warmth. In early mornings and late evenings, Crystal sat under the keratin-infused steam of Knox's custom smoothing system, sealing the hair cuticles for a glossy finish that resists frizz. Grainy phone videos show Crystal massaging avocado oil hair masks into her scalp between scenes, a ritual borrowed from Okinawan beauty traditions. Knox insists there's no hair extensions in play, only disciplined trimming, nutrient-rich serums, and weekly scalp exfoliation to stimulate follicle health. The result is a shoulder-length style that still nods to her signature volume but feels infinitely lighter. her complexion has undergone an equally dramatic reinvention. Dr. Naomi Klein, a renowned dermatologist in Beverly Hills, credits Crystal's glow to a trifecta of non-invasive treatments: fractional laser resurfacing to erase sun damage, microneedling with platelet-rich plasma to boost collagen, and monthly LED red light therapy sessions to calm inflammation and firm skin. Crystal's skin is a testament to consistency, Dr. Klein notes. She commits to a program rather than chasing overnight fixes. Homebound days find Crystal applying bespoke serums laced with vitamin C, niacinamide, and plant stem cells, followed by a jade roller massage to drain toxins. She swears by a nightly dab of prescription-strength retinoid to smooth lines and a weekly oatmeal enzyme mask to slough dead cells without irritation. The net effect is a porcelain canvas that captures every spotlight without the sheen of heavy powder. Makeup artist Lena Ortiz, who's traveled the world painting faces for haute couture shows, reimagined Crystal's once iconic copper lids and winged liner into a softer, more contemporary routine. Less is more, Ortiz declares, revealing her go-to kit: a light reflecting primer, a sheer base matched perfectly to Crystal's undertones, and a cream contour palette that sculpts rather than masks. Brow definition comes from microblading sessions with master technician Elena Zhou, creating individual strokes so natural that only a close shave could spot artifice. Lash lifts and tints replaced foam rollers and falsies, offering an open-eyed effect that requires minimal mascara. Ortiz finishes with a custom lip tint blended in-house, a muted rose shade that compresses years of lipstick choices into one evergreen hue. The shift toward minimalist beauty brings a newfound authenticity, showing fans how skin and soul can harmonize. Fitness and nutrition also play starring roles in this metamorphosis. Crystal teamed up with wellness coach Jamal Reyes, whose background in sports physiology and mindfulness creates a holistic plan rather than a crash diet. Early mornings begin with mindful breathing exercises overlooking her backyard koi pond, followed by a sequence of Pilates moves to strengthen her core and refine posture. Twice a week, she attends bar classes with a celebrity trainer known for lengthening muscles without bulk. Instead of fad cleanses, Crystal follows an anti-inflammatory diet that embraces wild-caught salmon, kale, turmeric lattes, and intermittent fasting windows. She supplements with marine collagen peptides for joint health and adaptogenic mushrooms, cordyceps, and reishi to bolster immunity. 2 liters of filtered water a day, she says, are her secret weapon against fatigue and dull skin. The combined effect is a leaner frame without the sacrifice of energy or vocal stamina. Wardrobe choices underscore Crystal's commitment to reinvention. She enlisted stylist Marisol Vega, whose resume boasts collaborations with A-list pop stars, to curate a capsule collection that marries timeless tailoring with unexpected flourishes. Vega shepherded Crystal toward high-waisted trousers that elongate the leg, paired with silk blouses in jewel tones instead of the rhinestone-studded dresses of yesteryear. Footwear shifted from towering heels to custom Italian loafers and block-heeled ankle boots for practical glamour. Accessories lean toward heirloom pieces, vintage diamond studs, a delicate gold locket, and bespoke jewelry from a Nashville artisan who embeds rosewood from Crystal's grandparents' barn into modern metalwork. Cruise ship tours and festival stages alike now see Crystal in ensembles that feel both rooted and revolutionary. Unexpected mentors guided this evolution. Pop icon Ellie Kai, 17 years Crystal's junior, struck up a friendship over a shared love of songwriting. Kai introduced Crystal to clean living restaurants in East Nashville and encouraged her to document daily gratitude as a mental health exercise. Holistic chef Simone Alvarez crafted weekly menus that soothed Crystal's thyroid sensitivity, emphasizing low-glycemic grains and wild greens. On the emotional front, renowned psychologist Dr. Meera Patel offered Crystal a self-worth audit, helping her reframe identity away from the public eye and back to the core values that first led her to music. Between cooking sessions, therapy appointments, and songwriting nights, Crystal discovered that transformation thrived at the intersection of craft, wellness, and introspection. The pivotal moment arrived backstage at the Americana Music Awards last September, when Crystal caught her own reflection in the mirrored wall of the green room. She did a double take. The face staring back was both hers and not hers. Eyes shimmering with the same spark, but framed by softer features and a confidence that felt unshakable. That instant became her mission statement, to honor the icon she'd been while embracing the woman she had become. She locked herself in a suite with only her guitar and journal, scribbling lines that would transform her next album and reaffirm her commitment to authenticity over artifice. This transformation rippled into her performances. Gone are the risers and choreographed entrances. Now, Crystal prefers living room style settings with acoustic guitars, upright piano, and intimate candlelight. Fans report feeling as if they're inside her living room, privy to stories woven between verses. Spotify data confirms a 25% uptick in streams of her stripped-down hits when she releases living room sessions videos on YouTube. Critics praise the sincerity. She's no longer hiding behind a persona. Each note resonates with the woman who rewrote her own narrative. The offstage glow continues to electrify Crystal's career. Brand partnerships flood her inbox. Luxury skincare lines vie for her ambassadorship. Wellness retreat centers invite her as keynote speaker, and sustainable fashion labels propose capsule collabs that marry her signature style with eco-friendly fabrics. Yet Crystal remains selective, choosing only those projects that align with her values of integrity and empowerment. In upcoming commercials, she'll champion regenerative agriculture and fair trade artisans, further blurring the line between personal evolution and social impact. Through every keratin treatment, serum drop, mindfulness session, and style consultation, one theme emerges. Crystal Gayle's reveal isn't about chasing youth or denying history. It's about embracing change as a form of respect for the body that carried her voice across decades, for the fans who craved honesty, and for the artist she still is and will forever be. So when you see her now, radiant, refined, and unrecognizable, remember that every evolution tells a story. In her case, it's a story of renewal, resilience, and the courage to gasp, then transform. She stepped onto the stage at Nashville's historic Ryman Auditorium last month to a standing ovation that felt more like a homecoming than a concert. The intimate hall, wooden pews and balcony arches that once hosted gospel choirs now bore witness to Crystal's reborn presence. As she opened with a stripped-down rendition of "Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue," whispers rippled through the crowd. This wasn't the same glitzy Hollywood starlet of decades past, but a woman who distilled a lifetime of reinvention into every note. Fans recorded the moment on their phones, but many set devices aside just to drink in the authenticity radiating from the mic. Clips of that performance have since gone viral, clocking over 12 million views across social platforms and sparking the hashtag Crystal Reborn Ryman. In the days following, ticket resale sites saw unprecedented demand for her upcoming U.S. Living Room Sessions tour, an 8-city run in theaters seating just 500 each. Prices soared as fans scrambled to secure the pared-back experience she'd promised. No pyrotechnics, no choreographed entrances, just voice, guitar, and unfiltered storytelling. "You feel every breath she takes," wrote one attendee on social media, "like you're in her front room." Promoters report waiting lists of over 20,000 names for each city. Even secondary markets hesitate to jack prices higher, fearing backlash from a fanbase protective of the honesty Crystal embodies. The FOMO factor now centers on be-in-the-room authenticity rather than elaborate spectacle. Record labels took notice too. Her label fast-tracked the release of Crystal's Unfiltered EP, a collection of acoustic versions of her classic hits reimagined through the lens of her new aesthetic. The surprise EP dropped without warning on all streaming services and instantly climbed to the top of the country and Americana charts. Pre-saves exceeded her previous releases by 40%, proving that reinvention can translate to raw commercial power. Listeners praised the intimate production. Hand claps from the audience included, breath sounds, even the occasional guitar string squeak. It felt less like a polished studio record and more like a private session you stumbled into by chance. Never one to rest on laurels, Crystal capitalized on this momentum with a limited edition vinyl pressing of Unfiltered, numbered and autographed. The first 1,000 copies sold out in under an hour via her official website, triggering a frenzy as collectors promised to pay double for sealed copies. The vinyl itself featured an eco-friendly sleeve made from recycled barnwood fiber, complete with a hidden message, etched audio waveform, of her greeting to fans. This nod to sustainability and nostalgia appealed to both vintage audiophiles and millennial vinyl enthusiasts, cementing her cross-generational relevance. Brand partnerships flooded in. A boutique denim label proposed a capsule jean jacket embroidered with her signature pending approval. Mindful beauty brands courted her as an ambassador for clean skincare, and a charitable wine label invited her to co-create a special reserve Chardonnay, with all proceeds funding music education in rural Kentucky. Crystal negotiated each deal carefully, insisting her name only grace products that aligned with the values she's championed: authenticity, community, and respect for tradition. Her team turned down six-figure offers from mass-market cosmetics companies that didn't share her sustainability commitments, reinforcing the message that her transformation wasn't purely cosmetic but deeply principled. Meanwhile, fellow artists applauded her courage. At the Country Music Association's annual ceremony, CMA Entertainer of the Year nominee Casey Musgraves spoke of Crystal's influence in her acceptance speech. "She showed us that evolution isn't betrayal, it's survival." Justin Timberlake, appearing as a guest performer, dedicated a soul-inflected cover of Talking in Your Sleep to Crystal, praising her for rewriting the rulebook on how a legend can lead. Even international stars have joined the chorus, with European folk singer Laura Marling tweeting, "Crystal's new chapter is proof that art and reinvention go hand in hand." The cross-genre respect underscores how far her revival has rippled beyond country circles. On daytime talk shows, she's no longer the guarded star offering canned sound bites. In a heartfelt segment on CBS This Morning, Crystal spoke openly about the insecurities that drove her to change and how shedding artifice taught her to trust the core artist within. "I realized my heart had grown tired of labels," she said. "So I ripped them off and let the music speak again." Her vulnerability proved magnetic. Ratings for the segment jumped 15% compared to previous interviews. Hosts praised her candor, noting that she'd set a new standard for celebrity reinvention, one that begins with self-reflection rather than stylistic stunts. What's next on the horizon? Industry insiders whisper about a full-length documentary in negotiations with Netflix, a behind-the-scenes chronicle of Crystal's 3-year metamorphosis. Directors have reportedly been granted access to early spa treatments, hair appointments, and journal writing sessions, promising raw footage that lays bare the physical, emotional, and spiritual layers of her transformation. If greenlit, the series could premiere alongside an expanded edition of her memoir, featuring deleted chapters that delve deeper into the personal losses and triumphs behind every hairstyle switch. Such a rollout would capitalize on the appetite for intimate celebrity storytelling, blurring the lines between artist, activist, and author. On her social channels, Crystal teases even more surprises. A recent Instagram Live saw her demonstrate a DIY scalp massage technique, guiding viewers through the exact pattern she credits for her hair's renewed vitality. Shortly after, she launched Crystal's Corner, a monthly newsletter featuring behind-the-scenes reflections, personal playlists, and invites to virtual tea chats where subscribers can ask questions directly. The newsletter already boasts 50,000 signups, proof that fans crave ongoing connection rather than one-off soundbites. It's a FOMO-driven community, where membership feels like an insider pass to her genuine self. Educational institutions are taking note too. Belmont University has invited Crystal to establish an artist-in-residence program at its Mike Curb College of Entertainment and Music Business, where she'll mentor emerging songwriters and discuss the interplay of brand management and authenticity. Panelists predict her involvement will boost enrollment in artist development courses by 20%, demonstrating the educational value of her lived experience. Her story offers a blueprint for longevity in a cutthroat industry, proof that adaptability and integrity can coexist. As autumn unfolds, Crystal Gayle's calendar remains packed, but under her own terms. She's slated to headline the Americana Fest in Nashville with a program blending intimate acoustic sets and fireside chat segments. Pre-sale codes were limited to newsletter members, ensuring her most engaged fans snag seats before the general public. VIP packages now include a post-show Q&A and a signed copy of Unfiltered Vinyl, a nod to how her transformation has become a shared journey rather than a one-sided makeover. Fans rejoice at the chance to witness the new Crystal in person and to ask, face-to-face, what's been possible when reinvention is rooted in authenticity. Perhaps the most enduring testament to her reinvention lies in the next generation of artists citing her as inspiration. At summer songwriting camps across the country, instructors play clips of Crystal's living room sessions to illustrate how stripping back production can amplify emotional resonance. Young performers post TikToks lip-syncing to her reimagined tracks, styling themselves with shoulder-grazing wigs and minimalist makeup in homage. It's a digital echo chamber that carries her influence forward, proving that when a legend chooses to evolve, she doesn't just rewrite her own story, she rewrites the future of her art form. And so, when you gasp at the sight of Crystal Gayle now, remember this. It's not merely a facelift or a haircut that has made her unrecognizable. It's a deliberate, deeply human transformation that honors every chapter of her life. From the shy Kentucky girl harmonizing in a barn to the global icon redefining authenticity in the social media age. Her reinvention stands as a masterclass in resilience, creativity, and the power of evolution. And in a world that often demands we stand still, she reminds us that growth, no matter our age, is the truest path to enduring relevance.